Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sheila's retaliation against Steffy, revealing the cheating scandal to Finn? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, suggest that Sheila Carter might eventually be able to get revenge. Sheila might soon figure out a method to exact revenge on Steffy Forrester Finnegan and cause her pain in light of what transpired in Monaco. All the evidence suggests that after their time together at work is ended, Steffy and Carter Walton conceal a passionate evening. Carter and Steffy might decide that they will never be honest with their wives about what transpired between them. Steffy might still divulge information to Taylor Hayes, who might then divulge information to Deacon Sharp. Sheila might have some opportunities to listen in and discover a sensational secret. Naturally, it seems that Steffy will finally give in to saving her marriage to John Finn Finnegan, but she will have some Sheila demands. Finn might have to break off all communication with Sheila and make a sincere commitment to never talk to her again. When Sheila eventually returns to Finn's office to speak, he might immediately call security on her. Similarly, if Finn spots Sheila somewhere like Bikini Bar or Il Giardino, he might flee in the opposite direction. At some point in this plot, a restraining order might even be necessary. In any case, as long as he is married to Steffy, Finn would undoubtedly force Sheila out of his life and abandon her out of fear. That might provide Sheila with two compelling reasons to exact revenge on her daughter-in-law. Sheila might make it her mission to exact retribution, but she might also want to hurt Steffy and destroy her marriage permanently. Sheila might aim to make Steffy seem like the adversary and take her off the pedestal that Finn has placed her on. Sheila could believe that if she succeeds, Finn would at last embrace her and rely on her for solace. Sheila might get the jolt she needs if she finds out Steffy cheated on Carter. Immediately following that inebriated journey home, Sheila might hurry to Finn with the news and reveal that Steffy had broken her marital vows. When the moment comes, you can guarantee that Steffy's removal of her rings in Monaco won't be sufficient to calm Finn's rage. Keep an eye out to see if Sheila will help reveal Steffy and Carter's secret, as spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Finn's rage will eventually explode. Finn's guilt, Taylor perplexed, and sober nightmare. This is a recap of The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy Forrester Finnegan is rudely awakened in today's episode. A comeback baffles Taylor Hayes. John Finn Finnegan also makes an effort to put things right. Steffy is dozing off on the blanket-covered sofa at the office. Since the door is locked, the cleaning crew knocks, but no one answers. They depart. When Steffy awakens, she finds herself on top of Carter Walton and naked. She ends up in his face with her foot. Steffy, who is now sober, is appalled by what they have done. They scramble to find their phones and get dressed. Finn is on his way home, according to several texts he has sent. Steffy merely wants to get dressed, but Carter wants to discuss what they did. Steffy bolts from the room. Carter is dressed now. When Daphne Rose Walton unexpectedly walks in, he is tidying the room. The nose attempted to depart but was unsuccessful. Daphne clarifies that she is here now even though she knew she was going to go. Without Carter, the suffering will be more severe. The nose embraces Carter and expresses her sincere regret. Finn considers Steffy while flying. Before it's too late, the doctor attempts to make it right. Deacon Sharp brings Taylor a sandwich at the Cliff home. The children have already been delivered to the camp. Taylor is relieved that Deacon doesn't mind if she declines the marriage proposal. At their age, marriage isn't really necessary. According to Deacon, older people are better at making marriages work than younger ones. He does, however, accept her response. Deacon questions whether Sheila has taken the hint and is genuinely avoiding him. Deacon leaves since they have things to do. Steffy appears at home out of the blue. Taylor is perplexed. Steffy rushes to the shower. Taylor is curious about what transpired. Sheila Carter is explained by Steffy. It was Steffy's horror and Sheila's dream come true. Regarding her daughter's wedding ring, Taylor inquires. The woman says she hurled it at Finn. Taylor reminds Steffy of her love for Finn before she departs. Finn arrives and expresses regret. The physician implores her to pardon him. Steffy looks away, unable to meet his gaze. Deacon regrets his decision to dump Sheila. Did he make a serious error? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon Sharp may have dismissed Taylor Hayes' rejection of his proposal, but the story is far from finished. The proprietor of Il Giardino believed he was divorcing Sheila in order to wed Taylor. However, his therapist has no plans to remarry. Did Deacon commit a grave error? Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Deacon Sharp is unable to go past Taylor's refusal to marry him. The pair will reconsider his proposal the next week, and he will keep pressuring her to become engaged. However, Taylor Hayes will not back down. No means no. Whatever you think of Sheila Carter, there is no denying that she adores her former spouse. Sheila pled with Deacon not to file for divorce even after she discovered he was having an affair with his therapist. That's commitment. Ironically, Deacon left his wife for a woman who refused to wed him. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon will begin to question whether he made a grave error after Taylor rejects him once more. The restaurant owner could even feel a little bad about how he handled Sheila at the end of their marriage. And he ought to. When Deacon and Taylor coerced Sheila Carter into signing the divorce papers, she was horrified. Deacon may easily restart his romance with his former partner. A cheater is always a cheater, isn't that right? Is it possible that Deacon will begin spying on Sheila behind Taylor's back? Is Sheila wealthy on her own? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, everyone is wondering if Sheila Carter is affluent on her own. Many admirers find themselves wondering about that. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Sheila was reportedly able to purchase a first-class ticket to Europe on the spur of the moment, regardless of the expense of a hotel. The problem is that Sheila only works at one Italian restaurant in this made-up town of Los Angeles, so many people wonder how she can afford such a trip. Curious minds want to know. The internet did, of course, have a lot to say about the issue. She told Luna at one time that she had money and could help her leave town, some B&B fans even said in their comments. She probably didn't tell Deacon about that. Sheila has mentioned having money many times, including conversations with Deacon and Luna, wrote another show fan. I've always thought it came from many divorce settlements, but I wouldn't be shocked if she had just stolen money. She is a professional criminal. Additionally, there was this comment, Sheila specifically told Deacon Sharp not to ask where she got the money when she first showed up with it to pay him off and hide out in his apartment. The writers never offered a conclusive backstory for the money, but the show left her sudden wealth as a lingering mystery, leading to endless fan theories, ranging from a secret off-screen benefactor or stolen identity to savings from her past criminal enterprises. On the other hand, fans of B&B will only need to watch every single day to figure out what happens next. In the interim, please share your opinions with us in the space provided for comments below. The conflict between Dylan and Elektra intensifies. Now that the jeweler is aware that Dylan is in love with Will, Elektra and Dylan's friendship has soured. When she found out that she and her best friend had spent the night together, she slapped her and called her by a different name. She refused to agree to avoid Will, even though Dylan claimed they had simply shared a kiss. Dylan perceives what Elektra perceives as a betrayal as being motivated by her emotions. It's not about her, she told her closest friend. In this instance, it concerns Dylan's desire to have a chance with Will. But Katie has made it obvious that she wants her son to go out with Elektra. She believes Dylan is attempting to separate them. Will has been inspired by Katie to keep going after the lady he loves. However, he started to doubt their connection more and more. He has mentioned that Elektra had abandoned him multiple times. Despite the conflict between the Spencers and Forresters, Katie thinks the ex-partners might get back together. In Monaco, Steffi came to the conclusion that their back-and-forth arguments over Sheila could not continue. She told Carter that she didn't think her husband would keep her safe from his birth mother. Steffi believes that Finn's incapacity to keep Sheila away indicates his lack of devotion and dedication to her. He claims to comprehend the necessity of Sheila's absence from their life. But Steffi doesn't think his behavior supports it. She informed him that their marriage was over for this reason. Dylan's struggle, Katie's new target, and Steffi's exploding guilt. There will be spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. We can anticipate Steffy Forrester Finnegan being overcome with remorse in tomorrow's episode. Katie Logan Spencer becomes wary. Melissa Dillon also fights with someone at work. Discover what will happen next in the CBS soap opera by continuing to read. Let's begin by discussing Katie. After speaking with Dylan, the woman's suspicions about him have grown. Dylan has mentioned how Ion Fashion magazine introduced her to the Spencer family during her childhood. It turns out that her running into Will Spencer and Electra Forrester wasn't a coincidence. I can still clearly recall the moment Dylan unexpectedly confessed to killing Luna Nozawa after running into Electra. But perhaps it was murder. Is it possible that Dylan was observing Will at the time? In any event, Katie begins to doubt Dylan's intentions with regard to Will even more. Dylan and Electra will argue angrily at Forrester Creations. Electra doesn't want her former best friend to be with Will, even though they are no longer together. Dylan won't respect it and doesn't understand it. Dylan actually appears to be boasting to Electra. Electra will therefore likely remind Dylan that she has the authority to terminate her. But since it will make Electra appear even more insane, that might just work to Dylan's advantage. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Steffy recently had an affair with Carter Walton. Steffy remains unsure despite John Finn Finnegan's plea for another opportunity. Fans are aware, of course, that this is more about Steffy's transgression than Sheila Carter. Finn and Daphne Rose Walton, Muriel Hilaire, will eventually discover the truth. Fans are speculating as to whether Steffy will become pregnant with Carter's child. The betrayal would be even more agonizing because Daphne is infertile. It's also important to keep in mind that Finn has never cheated on Steffy, yet every time she overindulges in alcohol, she sleeps nearby. How many storylines about baby daddies are necessary for a single soap opera character? Which plot thread are you most eager to see? Finn continues to accuse Sheila of being the issue, but Steffy holds him accountable. Finn said that Sheila was forced to be with him when she showed up in Monaco on the same airplane as him. He persisted in portraying Sheila as the only offender in order to support his position. Finn's conscience was clear as long as he loved his wife and wanted Sheila gone. But Steffy had a different perspective. Finn deliberately chose to keep the encounter a secret, which is why she departed. She sees it as a transparency failure. Finn demonstrated that his first instinct was still to protect his mother rather than his marriage by keeping this a secret. Both spouses were fighting over each other as a result of this miscommunication. Sheila was treated by Finn like an uncontrollable natural disaster. He anticipated sympathy for his complex emotions toward his birth mother. Finn then dismissed Steffy's indignation as an exaggerated response to an outside danger. However, Steffy is aware that being married to a Forrester necessitates building an impenetrable wall against Sheila. Finn leaves a back door open each time he downplays a lie or justifies Sheila's presence. Because Sheila exists, Steffy wasn't leaving. Finn would not keep that door locked, so she was leaving. Finn overlooks Steffy's tiredness by treating Sheila as the sole issue. Steffy is solely responsible for protecting Finn as he refuses to admit his own emotional blind spots. In response to Finn's inaction, she chose to take off her wedding band. Sheila's presence wasn't the issue. The distance between Finn and Steffy will grow until he quits seeing himself as a victim of Sheila's instability and accepts responsibility for his own deceit.